Where's My Utopia by Yardak came out last year, and it's got a lot of new sounds, a lot of synthesizers, a lot of more clapping. I feel like a lot of more electronic drums. It's very poppy in a sense, and more dancey than everything Yardak has done up to the Overload. Which is not to say the Overload was dancey in itself, but Where's My Utopia is just less post-punk and more disco. It's not inherently a bad thing. I guess I'd just rather hear Take the Money and Run over Vineyard or An Illusion or something like Dream Job. We Make Hits and Dream Job kind of sound like something Tom Cardy would have done. And An Illusion's a good opener, and then we have We Make Hits, which I said sounds like a Tom Cardy song. And it's also a good cheeky jab at the story of Yardak and how they're supposed to be an anti-capitalist band, as described via the Overload, but they're like signed to a major label, so that's why you can't find those albums on Bandcamp. And then we have Down by the Stream, which is a story about how he bullied a friend of his back when they were adolescents. An Illusion and Down by the Stream have some hip-hop elements induced, which I can appreciate. And then we have The Undertow, which is one of the more traditional songs that Yardak has done ever. Feels like something the Smiths would do. It's obviously a story about divorce. And then Dream Job is very vintage disco song. I feel like it sounds less Tom Cardy than We Make Hits, but yeah, it is very much something that would probably be in the 24-hour Party People soundtrack. Don't ask me how I know about that movie. And then Fizzy Fish and Petroleum have some good bass lines and guitar lines as well. I feel like Fizzy Fish's lyrics are kind of gibberish, but apparently the lead vocalist says they're kind of like weighed down from talking about his favorite childhood snack to where he is in life and essentially as a singer of a band. And then Petroleum just has some good bass lines and guitar lines. I would listen to that again, probably. And when the Laughter Stops has a good bass line. And then it also features that one woman I forgot the name of. But I like the pre-chorus and the chorus. The pre-chorus, it's got the frontman and the featured vocalist duetting an octave, and then the guest vocalist just sings on her own in a chorus. It's very effective. Grifter's Grief, it has a lot more synth and a lot of interesting stuff going on. Bass line and drums, and the lyrics do sound kind of gibberish until you look on Genius, and it's about how the front man and how he's like sucking up all the electric energy and in venues every night and going on planes, which do some considerable harm to the environment, but it's part of the job. I feel like that's something punk rock bands should consider. It's like, you want to make the world a better place, but what do planes run on these days? I mean, they still run on, like, petroleum, right? And then Blackpool Illuminations is a very heartwarming story about, I mean, it's very heartwarming. It starts off about how singer who went to Ireland with his parents when he was 6 years old, and then chipped his teeth on some rocks and hurt himself. And then it transitions into another point about where he is in his life and that he doesn't need utopia, which is kind of like the concept of where's my utopia. And then Vineyard is basically the closing song, the roll credit song. It sounds like something that you would find in a credit sequence where a car is like driving on a road, like on one side of the ocean. It's like driving along on a beach, and the sun is out and like the sky's pink. The chorus is also good there. They focused on a lot of choruses. It is very apparent with Vineyard and When the Laughter Stops and Dream Job and The Undertow. Again, I would probably still listen to anything from The Overload after this, right? Or before this. But it's a welcome change of pace.